Hello, snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host, Avran LeFeber, and this is Top 5s, the only weekly Top 5 show in snowboarding when we actually decide to make weekly content. Anyways, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the top 5 people you're going to see now that the resort has extended its season. That's right, the West absolutely got hammered this year in the United States, and the resorts are staying open later. As such, all sorts of creatures and people are coming out of the woodwork to go there. So these are the people you're going to see. How do I know you're going to see these people? Because you might be some of these people. You know who you are. I'm watching you. Number 5, the grizzled locals that you've never seen. They've lived here forever, but you've never actually ever seen them. They start venturing out now that, the days are getting longer and they don't have to work 10 jobs to support the weird lifestyle that they've become accustomed to over the last 25 years. Really don't know how they fell into that lifestyle, but they're out, they're about, they're gonna go hit the slopes, and now they're sitting there going, who the hell are all these people and why are they here? This is supposed to be my time. My time. How do I know this? Because I think I'm slowly turning into one of these people. I really gotta cut down maybe 12 jobs next winter. Number 4, the people that got suckered into buying a timeshare. I mean, timeshares are awful to begin with, and then these people showed up during the peak season, went through the hour spiel, and, clearly they don't know how to tell people no, and they bought a timeshare. They didn't even get an optimal week. They got this weird week where nothing's going on, but they showed up and the resort's open, so by God, they're going to get the most out of using their timeshare. After all, it's ski in and ski out. Granted, that side of the mountain is now closed down and you can't ski in and ski out, so they have to, get on a shuttle, try to order room service, realized everything else is closed, and be bitchy about it. These people suck, and they're stuck with a timeshare for the rest of their lives, and their kids' lives, and their great-grandkids' lives. Moral of the story, don't buy a timeshare, people. Number 3, parents with a toddler. It says no beginner terrain. In fact, the beginner terrain's been closed for a month now. They're still bringing little Timmy or Susie because their feral crotch goblin will go anywhere. They'll drag them up the hill. They'll put them on the steepest, most moguled out run. And then they just sort of let them slide down, crying the whole way, screaming. I mean, you can hear these things from the bottom of the mountain when they're already screaming at the top. And as you approach, you start to wonder if some kind of wildlife is being mauled, only to find out it's a feral crotch goblin pissed off that Mom and Dad dragged them to the resort. The only good thing about this is they will grow to resent their parents as well as being on the mountain. So this is a future generation that won't be there. So in the future, this will be less people in the lift line. It's a true story. My family tried to make me ski back in 1984. I took them off and threw them at my grandmother. I did not ski ever again. In fact, I didn't even touch a snowboard till sometime in the 90s, really. Although I did get my first board in 87. Still, that wasn't a real snowboard. We weren't even allowed at the resort back then. Anyways, I digress. Let's move on with this list. Number 2, people in their underwear. I don't know why the springtime extended season compels people to dump them out, but you need to put them away. No one wants to see that pasty ass white butt of yours that you haven't put sun on in 6 months, but you're dumping it out for all the world to see. And then what's even worse is the first day you do this, you get super sunburned, and then you try to do it the second day. You know what happens the second day? Sun poisoning, cancer. You're probably gonna die. So rather than dump them out, put them away. I'm looking at you, overly hairy guy that looks like he's wearing a sweater. No one wants to see you riding around in your mankini. And for the chick who clearly had to squeeze into that sports bra and someone said dump them out, no, put them away, honey. Believe me, you're worse than the day shift at the strip club. And they got C-section scars and they drive school buses. Nobody wants to see that. Honorable mentions, all great options, but just barely didn't crack the top 5 of this list. Park rats, but you'll only see them between the hours of 11 and 1 p.m. Anytime before or after, they're gone. Leftover snow carnies, the season's over, but there's still like 20 days left in the month and they've paid that rent on their employee housing, so they're gonna stick around. They're gonna ride every day. They're gonna do snow carny stuff. You know how you know they're snow carnies? They smell like cheap whiskey and bad ramen. Bad ramen. Talking like they bought 20 for $1. Packs of ramen. Don't go near them. You might get the clap. Always avoid the clap. It's good advice. Product reviewers that have a deadline to meet. Yeah, I'm out there. So is everyone else. I see them. They're lurking. They're trying to crank out the last of their reviews for the fall. My favorite, watching Curated be out there. Hey, today we're going to do the top 5 mogul snowboards of 2024. And you're like, cool, that mogul run is nothing more than rocks. Have fun hitting that shit. Anyways, honorable mentions. All great options, but just barely didn't crack the top 5 of this list. And the number 1 type of people you will see when the ski resort extends its season because they got a ton of snow. The family in jeans on rental equipment. That's right, they got a Groupon discount for all 10 of them to get rentals. So they truckosaurused right out, got a hotel room for $35 a night. Can't figure out where to feed their brood, let alone what place might have a trough that they could just dump the food in. But they're here, they're out there, they're gonna learn to ski and snowboard in the worst conditions to possibly learn to ski and snowboard in jeans. They're all gonna have really bad sunburns because evidently they just don't understand what sunscreen is or what being closer to the sun means, or, you know, having sun reflect off the snow means. These people are just friggin' clueless at everything. Hydration, that's out the window. It's all about dehydration with these people. But you're gonna see them, and they're gonna be out in force. And there might not be anyone at the resort, and you might be getting on that 6-pack alone. 5 of them are gonna roll up on you and be like, oh, we're getting on with you. You can't wait for the next chair? No, we're getting on with you. And then when you don't go and they all go, they look back and they're like, what's wrong with you? What's your problem? Maybe I just don't want to add any chlorine to your gene pool because I'm pretty sure you're from where the hills have eyes and you're gonna rape me. And you're gonna try to make me impregnate your cousin daughter. Anyways, those are the types of people that you're gonna see. This has been my top 5 list of the people you're gonna see when the resort extends its season. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Did I forget one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this list. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and well, I've got to continue to be your host because let's be real, no one else has taken this job from me, and I'll see you in another video.